Hello everyone, here I am with Islands of Insight, and I'm looking at the Ascension Grid area, because there's still many more of these puzzles. I'm not touching a 5-star puzzle today. I'm gonna try to do several puzzles up here. So let's do some slightly easier ones. We want to connect all dark cells. We want to make sure we don't have branching paths. So we can't have branching paths. It's going to be one of these two. Therefore, that is that. These can't be dead ends. I could block them this way. No, if I did this, how are we going to make this work? Therefore, that is what we do here. This can't connect. We got to do it this way. Let's see. Is there any way this is happening? No. In fact, if this happened here, we'd have a dead end. So this has got to be there. Same with this, we would have a dead end. So this is what we have, which means these are, that's complete. That is complete. That is complete. All right, so now, how do we make 4 here? Can't connect it this way. We're gonna have to bring it up through here. In fact, I don't think there's any way this will happen because we need to block this 4 from reaching this side, meaning the black has to come up to the ceiling over here. And if it is up here, it can't get back out, so we have to bring it through this way. If this were a black cell, I think if this was a white cell, what are we going to do? Because we have to block the 5 from reaching the 4. Now, if we did this, we'd be in big trouble. So this 5 would connect to the... Yeah, we can't even bring... We'd have to... If this is a white cell, this would have to be a white cell. Meaning we'd have to go through here, and we'd be in trouble that way. So this has to be a black cell, which means this can't be a black cell because then we can't go up here. This is where that goes. This is going to have to go down. I could bring this over or through. I can bring it this way. But no, then how am I going to block the 5s? So no, I don't think that's what's going to be. I could bring it this way, or I could, hold on, I could bring it this way. Oh no, I can't, hold on, I need to do it. Can't bring it this way either. This makes too many things. I could bring it this way, and now the 5 is complete. Nice, I like that puzzle a lot. Alright, don't make dominoes, so these all gotta be white cells. Let's see. The only way to make a 3 here is like so. The only way to make a 4 is either this or that, so this is a white cell, and then these are dark cells. One of these two is a white cell. These can't go, so that is overloaded. Let's see. To make a 5, I would... I'll make a dark cell here, but it'd really be in trouble. I think this has got to be a light cell, but it can't connect there. I can make it like this. The 9 can connect up here, I think. And then the 10 just needs to be blocked in that way. Yeah. Neat. How about a 3-star? It's big. No 4 in a row, no branching paths. You got to connect to dark cells. This is one of your dead ends. This is your other dead end. So none of these can be dead ends. These all got to go through, and we've got to block the 4 in a row. Alright, any other hints here? Well, we can't put any dark cells in here. They wouldn't be able to get out, so there's no dark cells there. In fact, no other dead ends. Let's find out where those dead ends are going to go. We can't put anything in them. Let's see. This can't be a dark cell. If this is a dark cell, we'd have to connect it like so. Therefore, that's a light cell. This could be a dark cell. These can't be dark cells because they'll be dead ends. If this is a light cell, how does this dark cell escape? It's either got to go through all of this or that. So that's a dark cell. It can't go through here because that makes 4 in a row, so that is all blocked off. So either goes this way or that way. Let's see. These can't be. Any other spots? Bring down here. Those can't be. We can't go through here, which means that's blocked off as well. If this were a dark cell, we couldn't. We could go up around that way. But we couldn't go around like this, that's for sure. In fact, if this is a dark cell, we would have to do this. So this can't be a dark cell, so these can't be dark cells. These can't be dark cells. We can't go through this passageway. It's too many spaces. Got to come up through here. We could go around through here. We can continue through whatever this is. We can't go through here. Means you can't go through there. We can't put a dark cell here, because then we'd have this, and then where would we bring the dark cells? That's a light cell, means that's a light cell. Which means dark cells have to escape through here. This is the only route. They can't cut through here at all. So this can't be a dark cell, because this is a dark cell, how's it going to connect to anything? So those are out. We got to come through here. Let's see, where do we go from there? This has to come up somehow. So this is how we get through there. Do we go around here, or do we come... There's no way this dark cell... There's no way this can be a dark cell, because that's what's going to happen there. So this is blocked. If I bring up here... If I bring dark cells up this way, this is a dark cell, or if I make this a dark cell, then I have to make this a dark cell. Then I have to go this way, and then I have to go here, and now there's no way to get this one down here. Therefore, that's a light cell. We have to come through this way, and then we have to come around here. I don't see any reason not to just do this. Actually, we can't do anything else. So we're going to block that. This is blocked, means these are blocked. So... okay, so this can't go up. If this moves up, then we have to continue it up in some way, and therefore this cell can't escape. We have a dead end, so this is blocked. That means we have to come through here. These are blocked. So this cell has to get through here somehow. It's going to have to go the long way around. Like so. And now here has to go like that. I really like that puzzle. That was a lot of fun. One more. Pushing my luck. Maybe it's not as good as this one over here. Don't make 4 in a row of any kind. Connect all light cells, and then we just got to deal with viewpoints. So this 5 can only move up this far. So it does have to go this. In fact, this is what it has to do. Because we can't have 4 in a row. So we have to bring this up, and then we have to bring that out at least one space. Let's see. We have to move that out at least one space. That is blocked. We can move this over, but we have to move it up at least once. Let's see. Is the connect all light cells helping me yet? This can't go all the way over. It's got to go up at least once. Let's see. This 3 could go here. It can't go there. That's going to overload. So the 3 can't go there. It overloads. No 4 in a row. Does mean you got to watch out for that. We can go up here. Well, if we go here, we have to block ourselves in. We can't do that. So, oops. So we have to set ourselves up this way. Let's see. If I do this, we have to block ourselves off. So this has to be blocked. Now we've come this way. This has to come out at least one space. This can go here just fine. That's got to be black. This can be, or that. Not totally sure yet which one's which. Let's see. This 4 can go. This 4 can only go one space that way and that way, so it does have to go up. Does it have to go over here? It doesn't have to. One of these two. Which one? Well, this has to move to the right at least once. But it can go another space, or it can go here. Well, hold on. If I block this, the 4 is to go to the 3. That's not going to happen, so that's got to be here. This 3 can only move one space up, so either way the white doesn't escape this way, it has to escape this way. Let's see. No 4 in a row is going to stop this from happening. White cells have to escape. No 4 in a row. So I think it has to escape through here. There we go. That was a good puzzle too. Dare I try another? I'm going to do another low star puzzle. Do we have any 1 stars? Let's do a 2-star puzzle, maybe, or maybe a 1 star. And then head on to another world. Don't make the weird T-shape. Connect all dark cells. So we're going to do this. So we can't have that piece there. We could have that piece. We can't bring it through here, so it has to escape this way. So we got to block that. We can't come through there either, so we have to come through that. We could have those be dark cells, I'm not 100% sure yet. What if can I bring this around like so? Yeah. Alright. Good work, team. I'm going to head to... Where am I going to head to? Not Lucent Waters, I was just there. I'm going to go to Shady Wildwood. That's what I'm going to do. And we're going to see what we got here. So we got plenty of these. Only 1 Sentinel Stones, though. Alright, just a couple memory grids you can grab. Actually, I'd love to grab the memory grids if I can. A lot of Wandering Echoes. There's a couple Flow Orbs. Might as well try to find them. And there's a couple Glide Rings. Oops, not done. Just whatever I find there. Plenty of Shy Auras. Would love to get them out of the way. Might be up there. Let's just wander around and whatever puzzle we see, we do. Okay, you don't want me to... Yeah, there we go. Fly or look. Looking at... Am I looking from over here? Like... Is that... Can't really tell what I'm looking at. I know I just see a puzzle with 2 pips in it. Is there one up here? I think it's like in the distance of that. I'm looking at some kind of building set. It's over here. What am I looking at all? I do not see it. Is it this I'm seeing from really far away? No, I'm looking at buildings. Maybe it's over here? Maybe it's that set? Yeah, I can see it through there. Yeah, that's it. Tricky, tricky, tricky. This one is just in the river. I gotta see that puzzle as I'm going down. Hold on, is there a ring here? Yeah. On the pathway going up, right? There's a pathway that's green and it's got some stuff. It's not going to be here, so let's look around for a pathway going up that's grassy. Could potentially have... Oh, hold on, this was on top of the island up there. Hold on, I'm trying to click around this. we go. Swag. Am I looking up this path? No, because I need to see like a... Ah, I need to see that puzzle. So I need to be back here maybe? No? You need to be behind some rocks looking this way. Like over here, I suppose. There we go. And that is one of the... Is it a memory grid or is it a music grid? That's a music grid. One of the music grids for the day. A little basic for me. Especially for an area this late in the game. There it is. A lot of rings here. I think right there's the spot. So, are we looking at the top of the building maybe for the green piece here? Don't think so. Might as well at least hit this rolling block. Definitely gotta do one of these, and then let's do it again, and we're good. What's this? What direction do we want to go? Over here? Oh, hey, another music grid right next to it. Not musical enough to be easy to do. I suppose for a lot of people setting these music puzzles, they're thinking, if I make the music sound too good, it's going to be easy because good music is going to follow certain patterns that are recognizable, so people are going to be able to solve it. So to make the puzzles hard, I got to make the puzzles sound like crap. And that's usually what ends up happening. This build is it? Which building am I looking at? It's not this. It is this, but I'm looking at it from the top of that area. And there's a cube. There. That's a maze I've done before. Apparently you're already looking at this one. That was interesting. Okay. That just spawned in the spot, looking in the right direction. Okay, let's get the cyan out of the way. We're going to do the yellow last. Let's get the blue now. Oh, the blue is already in place. Let's get the red. Now let's get the green, and then let's get the yellow. It's nice when you can just kind of do one color at a time, and they just solve themselves. Neat to get to go through the log. I always like that. It's goated if you have a forest area to have a fallen log you can go inside. That's always good. Every game designer should do it. If you don't do it, you're fired. So whatever I see will do. Okay, well we can't do this. One symbol per dark and light area does mean this has to connect somewhere. It could connect here. It can't connect there. So it's got to connect here. That's got to connect there. That's got to connect. These all have to be like that. We've got to do this. We're going to have to do this here. What's that? Can't connect those. We just can't connect that. Do have to do this. Could do that. Not totally sure. We do have to block these. Alright, cool little puzzle. New music grids and Lucent waters. That's actually kind of important, but I don't know if I want to go back and take care of that right now. Love to clear out more shy auras. There's still 8 more I can find today. In this area, at least. Alright, master time. Seems just like a very large open maze. Not so much a challenging one. Let's see, bring around. And here we go. Ah, there's one of those flow orbs them ladies have been talking about. This also looks like an annoying flow orb. I will take that time. And the other... Oh, hold on. Here goes the other memory grid. Were there only 2 today? I forget. No, there were 3, so... Not looking at you. Okay, so I'm betting he wants me to fly to him. Okay, we'll figure that out. There we go. And then this had a thing down there. There it is. That goes all the way over here. Probably check out in this corner area. I don't think I've been out here for a while. There could be some puzzles hidden in this little dead end here. Or there could be nothing and I could be wasting my time. There is another flow orb this direction though. Right up there. Am I going to make it? I am going to. Excellent. Because I'm very smart. So we're looking at 5 flow orbs. They're all on top of these. Except they're not because... Oh no, there's 5 pillars. So let's see. 1, 2... Are you kidding me with that time? I'll take that. So there's a puzzle radar. Might as well grab it and just go for whatever I see. I've got all the flow orbs for the day. There's a bunch of shifting mosaics right here. That's probably something I should do. And there's the sentinel stones. This is an area I should be hanging out in. And a pattern grid or a memory grid. There's a memory grid right down there. Whoa! Game just spawned stuff in Autumn Falls, so we needed to bring it to screeching halt. That was terrible. We have to bring this out. That's just not going to work for me. We can bring that over, and then we can bring this up, yeah. Yeah, the shy art over there, too. Alright, please be one of those that just reappears. Okay. And we're just going to be in the center of this area and then just push ourselves a little farther this way, and we got it. I think that's all them sentinel stones for the day. It is. I'll be back for you in a second. Bring that over. Bring that over, and we're good. Basic dials. Okay, so let's see. Red and green I should save for last. So let's get yellow. Let's get cyan. It was already there. Let's get blue, and then let's do this. And we're good. I gotta find a way back in here. Not that way. I gotta find my way. Not like that. I think it's this way? Yeah, it's that way. Nice. Nice work by me. Gold star to me. Okay. Can I bring this all the way around? How do I get the piece down? That's the question. Any way to bring this down around that way? That's how you do it. Is there another one somewhere around here? That one's solved. That one's solved. Okay. Just want to make sure as much is cleared out as possible so there's less to see when I pick up the puzzle radar. That's gotta go there. That's gotta be a light cell. There's no way not to be. No, there is. There's a way not to be. Never mind. That's done. That's done. No black squares. But we do connect all dark cells, which does mean that is, in fact, a light cell. Exactly one symbol per light area. Alright. Let's see. This has to connect up that way, so the 7's done. This is here. There was one more somewhere down here. Tiles remaining 2. Well, it's gonna be one of these two. Gotta be kidding me with that bullshit. Okay, do the phasic tile there. That one's done. Let's grab this and see what kind of puzzles we can find. Just anything is good. Everything is very far away from this location. Got a bunch of arches we can just go for around here. Arch there. Arch in here. What's this one? Let's get the green, and then let's get red at all, and then let's get blue. That was a bit of a gimme. I'll take it. Okay, where's the arch? There's one here. There it is. A lot of arches coming up my way. And there's a hidden pentad over there. Let's see. Bring these. Yep. That's it. You naturally gotta hide it around that corner. How about around this corner? Gotta hide something over here. Think. There's something in the bush there. The rest is inside here. Hey, there's a free ring. Top of the building doesn't seem to have anything. Maybe inside this little area here. She said. Oh, hold on. Right there. Ah, there it is. And now, to do this other puzzle while I wait for the bubble to shrink. Don't make 4 in a row of black, but add no white squares. We do want to connect all dark cells. Let's see. No squares does mean we have to put this here. We've got to block that. No squares, no squares. We've got to block those. Let's see. That's got to be blocked. This has to escape, so it has to go this way, and we have to block that. We have to block the square here, which means this black cell's got to escape through here. No, through here. It can't go through there. Right, it can't go through that area because it's got to have 4 in a row. So, can't do this, or we can. We'll see. If we do this, I don't think it's fine. These cells do have to go through, though. That's going to have that, so we don't have 4 in a row. No 4 in a row here. No 4 in a row there, but no squares, so we have to connect it all. Let's see. If I blocked this, we'd have to have 4 in a row. So this has to be a dark cell for sure. And we have to block that from the 4 in a row. So that's what that's going to be. I can do that. No, I can't do that. I have to do it this way. Neat. Alright, what did I miss in a very obvious place today? Ah, there it is. And I guess we got a nice little rolling block puzzle here, too. Oh. Can't move down, so let's see about going... Oh, that's got to be where I end, so I can't make another dead end. So I think I have to go around this way, and then bring myself up. Yeah. There's sights here, but there's also a maze I haven't done yet. That is looking up in this area somewhere. It's gotta be. It's gotta be this. I'm stuck. Okay, it's gotta be here. There's the cross shape. And then I gotta be further back to look at the cross shape from far. This is too far down. Like this, but this is too close. Is there another cross shape? There's one over here, okay. That's it. And then over here we have a maze that I have not seen before. And a hidden pentad I haven't done. Okay. Yeah, the only way to get the master time on that was to actually fly through the maze. Hey, another puzzle radar. We'll use that after I solve this one. There's bound to be something behind the tree, right? Nope, there is not bound to be anything behind the tree, but inside this log for sure we'll put some. And there. A nice little archway here we can just grab. Behind this tree, maybe? Yes, behind that tree, definitely. Is this a one I have done this maze? Okay, this one's done. Wait, where's the red? And right by the thing. Let's go. Let's find... Hey, thank you. Let's find anything we can. Arches. And by anything we can, I mean probably just mostly hidden objects. So we got ring. We got a box coming up. A question mark. That's just the effigy. And another, whatever we call it, puzzle radar. I'll come back for that so we can do this again. There's the music grid, though. By the, I mean one of. I think there's still a couple left. Loads of arches. So yeah, 2 music grids. So I'll grab this music grid and then start making my way back. Don't know if I'll be able to find them all on the way back, such as the one that I just lost there. There we go. I figured there had to be a chromatic scale because I only heard 5 diatonic notes. There was all that space. Okay, so on the way back to the central hub of the world, there should be another music grid. Hopefully I can see it without much trouble. If I remember sort of the direction it was in. It's okay if I don't, I can use the puzzle radar again to find it. We gotta be all the way up there. Holy crap. Can I get up there with just a jump? I cannot. I can get up to this with a jump. Yeah. And then I just gotta look. There's also a ring up here. Oh. Collision fun. Oh, maybe it was an archery, not a ring. What's that? This is not a collected guy yet. There we go. Okay, I've been very clearly distracted from my initial goal of finding that one music grid, which is down here somewhere. Oh, something over here? No. Oh, this is. So if I was looking this way from the puzzle radar. Okay, how about this direction? This is going to give us some more hidden objects we haven't seen before. If I see hidden cubes, I should definitely go for those because they're really easy to miss. Whoop. Oh, there it is. I have to go in this way to grab it. Cubes coming this way. Ah, I missed the arch. 1, 2. There's some more. This way. Can I see it from up here? No. Ah. Okay, archway. And another archway this way. Nice, that's pretty good. Hall. I hear another cube. It's somewhere here. Hold on. It's right there. Cool. That was a pretty good run through Shady Wildwood. Let's hit this area. Oh. Now here's a guy. Okay, it's sort of cheating if you go through walls. No, no. That's cheating. I should be able to visually follow these. That's the whole idea. Like, the way you make this a challenge is you make it visually go somewhere that's hard to reach, not you put it in the literal ground and then have me try to figure out where it's going to come out. No, that's not... No, don't do that. Cube. 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 Oh, hey, a little green one. So the big red one is somewhere nearby. There it is. Just look under the lion's feet. And then we look over here. Okay, one symbol per dark and per light area. These all have to come out. That is for sure. That's going to be there. That's done. That can't be there. This has to connect somewhere. This 7 isn't done, but it can't connect to that. This is going to have to connect to the 8. That's the only place it can connect, I think. Is it right? No. Like this. And that's this. Like this. Wait, hold on. This is 5. There it is. Those can't connect. Connect all dark cells. Don't make branching paths. So this is one dead end. We can have one more dead end, but I'm not sure where it's going to be. That's got to connect there. We could do this and bring it around, or we could... If I did this, we would have to have our dead end down here, so I'm not totally sure. In fact, this is our other dead end. There's no getting around it. If I did this, we'd be in trouble because we couldn't bring this anywhere else. So we have to bring this up, like so, and then we just gotta bring it around. Let's see. This probably is how this is going to go. Yeah, we can't have either of those be dark cells. There we go. Neat puzzle. Let's see what else I can find. I'm going to go for like 5 more minutes or so. Maybe 10. Maybe 5 will turn into 10. But I am getting to the point I should probably start doing something productive with my day. Let's see, 2, 4. Well, this can't happen. That's going to be off by 1. This can't be... This is going to be a black cell, but it can't connect to those. This has to be a 1. This has to be a 3. This has to be a 5, a 1. This is a 5? Yeah. Oh, hey, memory grid. Actually, what kind of stuff do we got on Falls right now? We've got 1 memory grid, so I better get it. If I can get pattern grids, actually, if I can get any of the grid types, it'd be great. The last wandering echo's here. Okay, hold on. I'm doing that. I'm going for the last wandering echo. There's no stopping me now. We're definitely finding that. And I know it's in the center area somewhere. Somewhere close to the middle of the map is where we're going to find that. So, I don't remember if it's this side or more this way. There's a glide ring, though. I should get those, too. Maybe it's this direction somewhere? This is where that puzzle radar comes in handy. I'm single-minded right now. And by single-minded, I mean mostly. I am going to grab some puzzle types I despise. Let's get this out of the way. Then let's get this out of the way, and then let's eventually get this one. It might be up higher. This might be what it is. Oh. Ah, hold on, let's do it this way. I'm gonna grab this. Come on. Where are you? There. Aha! I will do the final wandering echo of Autumn Falls. If it will behave. Aha! Complete. No more. Anyway, that means the day is productive, even if I do not find any other puzzles before I quit. How about up this way? Alright, so somewhere in this area, I think. Do I have to be on this side of it? I probably do. Probably gotta look through that, and then we're good. How many of those do we have? We only have one more today, but we still have a lot left in this world. How many of these do we have? We only have 2 match 3s left here today. So many of these. This is gonna happen one way or another. Another way. Hey, there's a maze I haven't done yet. Well, a time of 31 seconds suggests to me it's going to be a little more complicated, but it's not looking all that complicated. It's looking just like a run on the one pathway that's available to you. Yeah. Okay. All dark regions are varied too, so it's got to be that. That's gonna be. There's an archway right here. Okay, the fun here is seeing multiple of these. This one's gonna come around this way, and we got one over here. Where? How do I see this one? Oh, it's this here. Okay, well. Thought I'd get a bunch of Skydrop points, but I did not. How many hidden pentads we got? There's a couple left. Let's see if we can just grab this one. And there's a maze here, and there's a music grid. It's my birthday. Alright. That was easy there. I do like hidden pentads. I kind of wish some of them were a bit more diabolical than they are. There are some that are quite diabolical, and I've really loved those ones. But sometimes it's like, well, you can only hide things so good. And at a certain point, just being like, well, here's a nook and cranny you haven't seen yet, is like, well, that's the obvious choice for hiding. I really like the ones that hide in places that are otherwise like plain sight, but you just wouldn't think to look. I don't know. I wonder what else you could do with it, because, you know, having done hundreds of them now, I really enjoy them, but I wonder if there is another thing they could have done without necessarily changing the mechanic behind it. Oh, hold on, there it is. What I bet happened is, like, you know, the main designer of the game goes to whoever's making the hidden pentad and says, well, here's the game world, figure something out, rather than designing the game world specifically around the hidden pentads, which would make them even better. I think I'm going to stop here. So I'm going to do this puzzle I saw on the rooftop here while I was looking for the Wandering Echo, because it's a 1-star puzzle, so it should be fun. I hope it's fun. I'm going to do this. Okay, so we definitely have to do this. And so now the goal is make 60 without causing any branching paths to happen. Let's see. This seems like one of those you just try. That's 51, so that was a terrible attempt. Oops. Don't do that. Let's try this. No, let's try. Make a loop of 60? Yeah, that's what you do. Neat. All right. I'll end things here. Great, we finished off all of the Wandering Echoes in Autumn Falls. I can't wait to see what's next. Well, I will find out in another video when I record again. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.